Hello friends of the electrified charging fun and welcome to Electrified Speicher, your channel all around Škoda's e-mobility. My name is Matthias and I had the chance for an interview with the project coordinator of the EV function in the MySkoda app. The MySkoda app is for all cars from Škoda, not only for the EVs. And also he is responsible for the EV charging experience. Therefore we had quite a lot of things to discuss around functionality in the MySkoda app and interfaces and automation and about charging and charging providers and plug and charge and many more things, all in this video, and I hope you enjoy it. And now let's go. Would you please introduce yourself and tell my audience who are you and what you're doing at Škoda?
Yes, sure. Thanks for the introduction, Matthias. My name is František Budinský. I'm working in Škoda business department as project coordinator for public charging service PowerPass and as well EV functions in our MySkoda app. And in the new app version called 8.1, we actually added something really great. And this is what I would like to show you now. And these are called charging statistics. This is something our customers were asking for a very long time.
To be honest,
Matthias, right?
Finally, charging statistics. There are two main topics my viewers are constantly asking for: charging statistics and the driver's log.
Yeah. So charging statistics, they are here in the version 8.1 for our software versions 3.x above. So let's say for all our customers. So
for all ENYAQs, no matter when they were built, all ELROQs.
Yes, sure.
That's great.
Just only thing we need a customer to have is the primary user to be enrolled, to have the car in the app, and then that's it. It's a start with this function. We plan to make it better, to make it bigger, but for now I can go to the battery section, and in the charging history I will be able to see my charging sessions. This car is a brand new, now it was enrolled, so we don't have any charging sessions now, but there I would have them, and I can give you a screenshot how it looks like on the real car actually. But we have it, it's already live with the 8.1 actually from today, and it's great, I think.
So you already showed charging history, charging log. I said digital driving log. Another big feature people asking for now, using OBD adapters, dongles and other apps that don't really do the job. Is there any plan to bring something like this, like a digital driving log?
Yes, definitely there is. We know the customers are asking for it in the basically same amount as the charging statistics. The thing is, with the charging statistics, we were a bit more sure and the things went a little bit more easier. The thing is, the car is not sending these type of data to the server, so we needed to find a different way. That's also a reason why it took so long. But yes, it's definitely something we have on our tables. I cannot, of course, say when and how it will come, but it's not like a new requirement to us, definitely.
Okay. What a lot of people like, especially with Alpitronic chargers, is that they get a charging curve at the end and a bit of data. Not so much as I collect in my videos, but at least a bit of an impression how charging went. But most chargers don't do that. They simply have it not on their display.
Because it's usually too small.
Because it's too small, or like Ionity, it's broken, or whatever. Are there any plans to make charging details more transparent in the car or in the app, such as adding a real-time charging curve or any more statistic? Because right now I have on the display in charging only the actual charging speed and the kilometers per hour, or the
time
minute,
left,
the time left, but not all those details which I can find under charging info on an Alpitronic. Yet I had to step out in rain, in cold, whatever.
Yeah.
Any plans?
Yes, for the charging statistics, this is definitely something where I said the development might go further, because as I mentioned, the current implementation of the charging statistics is actually not the end, it's just the beginning, and having a charging curve, either active or historical per every charging session, is definitely something we think might be useful and is something where we will have our focus with the charging statistics development now.
Okay, and still staying with charging. Another feature which a lot of people would like to use but can't is plug and charge. Because as of now, it's basically tied to your Power Pass. Even if I have an Ionity Power Pass subscription, I cannot use it because when I have plug and charge activated, it will take the Power Pass for charging. I know that I can use it with Octopus Energy. I don't know how they manage this, but in their app I have plug and charge.
For the Škoda ENYAQ?
Yes. Some user even sent me a video. Don't ask, I never tried it myself, but it should work. Maybe we need to dig into that. But open up plug and charge, what about that? Because it would be highly beneficial for a lot of people, yet they can't use it. And being forced to the Power Pass, well, it's reasonable from your side, but not from a customer's.
Understood. In general, the aim with Power Pass was first to try it with our solution. We can track and we can control to start really with one provider, and this is the Power Pass. In general, plug and charge is of course an open protocol. There is also a different one called auto charge, and we see where this game between plug and charge and auto charge will follow, because some stations use this, some stations use that, and in general, we don't have any specific plans now for opening the plug and charge to other suppliers. Always we say that yes, you are not tied into the Power Pass, definitely not, but the Power Pass is especially useful when traveling on long distances, thanks to its coverage, thanks to thanks to the fact it's working with plug and charge.
Yes.
So yeah, of course, the solution offered by us will work always the best in the whole ecosystem. The whole ecosystem together will work the best, and that's the biggest benefit. That's why we started with Power Pass.
Okay.
So no specific plans for this right now.
I know you heard that too often. We already had it in the app, but I have to ask it because my viewers would not understand if I would not ask it. When will we get charging provider filters for different charging providers in the car? Now we have Power Pass, Ionity and RR Pulse, yet what about all the others? Because other manufacturers delivered it afterwards, like BYD, Hyundai has it, Kia has it. What about you?
Well, as I said already, for the same story with the app, it's not that easy to just show the CPO filter, no matter if in the app or in the car. Of course, in the app we have much better possibilities to add something. But with the CPO filter, it's not that easy, mainly from the data availability point of view. So cannot really say when we will get it. But of course, we know that especially for users which use the car not for longer journeys on one spot within one city, probably having a chip from specific CPO, then for them it would make sense. So we know this. Cannot really say when it will be because it's not 100% clear for us when we will actually be able to deliver this.
Okay. Now let's do something bold. Let's look into the future, be visionary about charging. All we talk about, from my point of view, and who knows my professional background as a product owner with lots of customer centricity, with apps and stuff like that, I would say all we have right now is not what we need, it's just what we have. So my idea is, why should I, as a driver, have to juggle with multiple apps and tariffs and subscriptions when my car could manage it so much better than I could? For example, when will we expect features like just do the cheapest route?
Yeah, customized routing, yes.
Just do the optimized charging route for the fastest driving, so lower SOCs, for example, or other smart need-based route plannings, where you are taking care of everything according to my settings of how far will I want to go off my route, what is the highest price I am willing to pay, or the lowest power I am accepting, stuff like that. So a really smart need-based charging system in the car that takes care of everything that bothers me right now.
Understood. With the cost-optimized routing, This is definitely something we know customers need, because of course sometimes I don't need the fastest journey, which is the case right now. Now the car simply plans the charging stops for you based on your PowerPass preference.
Exactly. The route planning is still like out of the old world of combustion cars, the fastest route, ignoring everything around what a charge-based route needs.
Well, the charges are added based on their speed and their position and like this. So the aim is to reach the best possible route from the point of time, from the point of efficiency and like this. That's why we have the online road calculation service. From the cost point of view, the thing is, I'm not a visionary person 30 years in advance, but definitely it's something we are considering for together with PowerPass. Again, here we get to the ecosystem point of view. We are quite good able to imagine it with the PowerPass, but when having a chip from a specific CPO or any other solution, I don't think personally we will be able to manage this. So, but with the PowerPass, it's quite possible to have the cost optimized routing, and we might have it in the future.
Because that's the sweet spot of apps right now, where you can add all your subscriptions and stuff like that, and they know the tariffs, and it's getting even more difficult with all the dynamic tariffs we're getting due to the renewables.
Yes.
So taking that also, what I'm thinking about is some data broker who has all the information on all the chargers, which is then available in the car, and which on that data you can accordingly plan to your needs. I bet this would be even a service people are willing to pay for, because they benefit a lot.
Yeah, if there is some kind of a data broker, we see if something like this comes.
Or an international standard for getting the data, I don't know.
In general, with the e-mobility and with the EV cars, sometimes the problem is missing standardization of the things. We are still, I think, just a very short after the beginning of broader usage of e-mobility. But yes, I agree with you. Sometimes people are in a situation that they are not in a hurry. They would like to benefit from a cheaper price on some chargers with their charging tariff. This is actually a scenario with the PowerPass as well, because we have selected partner network where we have cheaper prices. So yes, I agree with you. This does make sense. And it's definitely something. I'm not saying no, we will never have it, because it doesn't make sense. It does make sense. Okay. So maybe, in future we will have it.
Think it even further. Imagine with even more adoption of e-mobility, you will get thresholds at some chargers, because they can't build them so fast. They are needed. You currently have that at those 4-spot Ionities sometimes. They are totally overcrowded. Sometimes during holiday season, they even have people there to route the waiting cars. What I'm thinking about, of course, reservation is another topic, because you can block a spot you don't need. But when I again look at the Tesla supercharger network, where of course a closed ecosystem knows what cars are approaching, what SOC and stuff like that, I'm thinking about something. If you notice that a charger is too full, routing someone to another charger and bringing in your offers app. Like, well, your next charging stop is overcrowded. Would you mind going 4 kilometers longer offside your route, but get a 20% discount from our offers app? Any thoughts about that?
You have a great business vision, Matthias. I like it. I like it a lot. The thing is here, the cooperation with the CPOs. This would need also, and now it's not about, let's say, my knowledge, but more like my imagination, some international platform where CPOs would be able, charging point operators would be able to put a bid that, hey, if you will reroute someone from my station because it's overcrowded, I will give them this on this station. This, I think we could sit here for an hours imagining how this whole e-mobility world could look like. And yes, maybe it will one day look like this. Yes. But this is not definitely something only to Škoda to realize. If there will be something like this existing or a possibility to exist, I would say Škoda is in for it, because we monitor the trends. in the e-mobility world. But for now, with the current setup, I see it a very big futuristic thing.
Yes, somewhere in the future we will have way more chargers than we need, and then maybe we have a bidding system of CPOs to get you to charge at them, and not the other way around like it is as of now, where you sometimes even have to beg for charging.
I must say I'm really looking forward to see where the e-mobility will go in 20 years, because I'm a big fan of e-mobility personally, and really I'm interested in seeing how we will move on and we see where we will be in 20 years.
You would also say e-mobility is the future?
Yes. I'm saying it even in my personal life to everyone, and I stand for this. So yes, e-mobility is the future for personal mobility.
Of course, there will be exemptions for airplanes, for ships and stuff like that, but for personal mobility.
For getting me to work around my city on a weekend trip with my fiance and my dog, yes, that's the thing I need.
Another feature of the app, especially iPhone users know, is in German we call it Kurzbefehle.
Shortcuts.
It's shortcuts. And if you don't know them, well, you should look them up. And there are shortcuts for the MySkoda app already available, 3 as far as I know. Do you plan to do more shortcuts? As of now, I have starting climatization, I have activate, honk and flash, and activate flashing lights. And with the automation of it, I can do a lot of things more. I'm thinking of a lot of automation features here. Are you planning to bring more shortcuts or more integrations, maybe even for smart homes?
I'm glad you asked. With the shortcuts, definitely we have a big plans. This, what you mentioned, was, let's say, our test on how our customers will accept this feature if they will use it. I agree with you, it has a big potential. The overall Apple Shortcuts ecosystem, including in my home automations, it's a great thing. I use it personally on my ENYAQ every day. So actually, yes, we plan to add more shortcuts. For example, on my mind is stopping a charging or changing a charging limit, or for example, changing the charge mode selection for the charging locations profiles, many others. So definitely shortcuts are also a thing we want to expand.
That sounds really great. Looking forward to this. We already talked a bit about APIs and third-party integrations with smart homes and shortcuts, but let's take a moment with that. Because a major topic in my community is platform openness. Let's call it this way. There are several apps out there who already are able to connect to Škoda with a login and grab data. Some, for example, Pump, the charge planning app, or I think even Monta, the app. So it's getting the SoC from the car and stuff like that. And there are many more requests I get from app developers as well as from my viewers. Will there be more? And I always tell them this is not an official API. This is something which was reversed and engineered out of the Android app or something like this.
Yeah. Usually that's the case.
And so don't rely on it, because it's simply not official, but it is kind of accepted by you because you don't block it. You could block it.
We are not yet blocking it. The thing is, as you said, this is not an official API. Of course, we know these things are there. We don't have our eyes closed on it. The thing is that by integrating the login credentials of Škoda ID to other platforms than the official ones, it's actually a violation of the terms and conditions. And I know where you are heading. Actually, the cooperation with the third parties is definitely something we know we need to work with, and we do. We do work with the cooperation with third parties, but definitely we are not in a stage where we will put out the public API as a free usage thing for any home assistant developer or anyone. So because that's not where we are right now, but the third party access is definitely a thing and I will use the word again, is on our table and we know about it.
Yes, that was the question. Will there be, or are there plans for an official API, even if it's behind a subscription or a usage agreement or stuff like that? Not free for all, but at least an official API.
Definitely, it's a considerable option.
Okay, talking about the future and to finish up this interview. What do you want to say us about the future? Let's talk about Škoda's digital services, the app, whatever you want to talk about. Do you have something to say for an outlook, what we can expect? What's the vision behind everything you and your team is doing?
Basically, we have a big focus on what you as a customers are saying to us. We monitor it, everything. We have our EV launch group where we are very active. We are helping the people, monitoring it and managing it with the answers. So, and we are very glad for getting all feedbacks, all your comments. This is what I would like to say, that we monitor it, and it's a definitely valuable thing for us. And for the outlook, we will focus on the time spent in a car by charging. So on the entertainment in the car, we will of course focus even more on making the MySkoda app as stable as possible. We will make it reliable, and all the handy features in it, mentioned the shortcuts. We are also, and this is maybe something I can say, we are investigating the Apple Watch and Android Watch support, because coming with the e-mobility, it makes more sense than ever before, because with the EV car, the customers' habits are a little bit different, sometimes a lot different than in a combustion car. So that's basically what I would like to say, that we will try to make the app even better and better. This is a constant work, it never ends. And thank you for all your comments. Thank you for driving a Škoda and using our MySkoda app.
Talking about community, you said you have the EV launch. The EV launch is great, but it's Facebook. And Facebook is limited to a certain group of people having a Facebook account, and not many have that anymore. It's a more or less dying thing. Why is there no open community, for example, like here in the app? Something like in the EV launch could be easily integrated in such an app, maybe in a way like a forum, like a Facebook, or I would even imagine like a Reddit with upvotes and stuff like that, where you could interact and where you might even have ambassadors within and most valuable persons out of the community and stuff like that. A lot of tech companies do that as well, like Microsoft and Apple. Wouldn't that be a much better option to reach a way broader audience of your customer than just the EV launch?
Yeah, definitely having a proper community hub in the MySkoda is something where we had to with the focus on the loyalty. The problem, I believe, would be the moderation and the platform, but definitely this is something where we had to. The EV launch was basically because we wanted to start with the community, and having a Facebook group was quite a quick thing to do, but that would be more question to Martin from the communication why this is the case. But what I can say, I know that the focus on having a community hub in a MySkoda is definitely not a rejected thing. Yeah, I would say
you could use your current community team, because you need to moderate Facebook as well, right?
We have a one app strategy, so this means that we of course want to have one app for all. Now we are adding this car configurator, book a test drive thing, the track and explore, the loyalty. So we are trying to enhance the app also with the features and use cases even outside of owning and controlling the vehicle. So yeah, having a community hub there makes sense, and it's definitely something we consider.
Well then, thanks for being here. Thanks for answering in an honest and open way to all those questions I had. And thanks for your time.
Thank you, Matthias, for having me here.
Great, thanks. We had half an hour for that interview, therefore I didn't cut many things out. A lot of information, a lot of interesting insights for you, I hope. And if that's the case, then please give this video a thumbs up. And consider to subscribe if you're not already subscribed to the channel, so you do not miss out any new video. And I hope to see you on the next one. And until then, stay full of energy.